you know.
So something I wanted to say that I've been thinking about, and it kind of goes along with that is, so, you know, because something I struggle with, it's a little bit different than that, but this on the same line is every day I'm just kind of like, okay, like I'm trusting the Lord to do his will and be glorified through my life, even though it feels kind of lame.
Yeah.
But so God's been pointing out the story of Mary since we just had Jesus's birth, and then Jesus's life as well. So what I want to point out here is that Mary looks just pretty ordinary.
Yeah.
To this day, really. Yeah. She was just a young girl that, now this isn't ordinary, but God put Jesus in her and she was a virgin. But to everyone else around her, like she had that experience with the angel. Joseph knew it. Everyone else didn't really. Yeah. So now she's just this like, you know, little Jewish girl that's pregnant before she gets married to her husband, which looks really bad. Yeah. And then she has this baby, which people are probably like, you're crazy that you think your baby is the son of God. They're probably like, you're insane, whatever, like an outcast. So she lives her whole life with Jesus, you know, Jesus gets killed. Mm-hmm. And then she keeps living her life. Now she does get to see him rise again, which is pretty awesome. Or at least I'm guessing God, it doesn't say in the Bible if he saw her, but we know that he like showed himself to a lot of people. But anyway, so her whole life is kind of like, it doesn't look that glamorous, you know? She's just a girl living, and it's pretty awesome that she had the Son of God, Jesus, but to everyone else, it doesn't really look that way. And then Jesus's life was also not glamorous.
No.
Yes, he was the Son of God, which is amazing, but to everyone else he just looked like another guy
that
ends up getting crucified. That stinks. And then he rises again, which is awesome, and he goes to heaven. But you're like, okay, so let's not get carried away here. Like God is using, and there's a lot of people like that in the Bible, those are just two examples. But like I think as Christians, or at least for me, a lot of times I'm looking at the people like Elijah and the people that like, you know, did like crazy things. But even, well, and Jesus did crazy things too. But even those people had like their whole life in between that was pretty ordinary.
Yeah.
Just a life of faith.
Right.
That looks ordinary. And so what I'm getting at with all this is like we have to trust as we're obedient and faithful to the Lord. This is what I tell myself all the time, is that God is using us.
Yeah.
God's being glorified. If he wants something done by us, he's going to put it in front of us and it's going to get done. So like, I need to chill out. And just trust and be obedient.
Right.
Like that's all I can do. I'm already doing everything that I can do.
Yeah.
And when I mess up, I repent. That's all I can do.
Yeah.
And so I always comfort myself with that, especially as like we go into the new year. Cause like I said before, I have so many things that I want to do and I want to be working on. And I just have to trust God that he's going to be glorified in my attempts to be faithful to him.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hopefully that makes sense.
No, it does make sense. I think that's the questions that a lot of people have. You know, what are my goals supposed to look like? I think like I struggle with that sometimes. Is like, okay, I have these goals. How do they shine? Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? But sometimes they don't have to shine.
Right.
Sometimes they're just for you. Sometimes they're just for you and God. Sometimes they're just for you and your wife. Mm-hmm. You know, no one else outside of your home is supposed to even know that goal was accomplished.
Right.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
And most of the time those goals are the ones that matter, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, we do come into the new year a lot of times looking at goals as a thing for others to see.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and yeah, maybe they just need to be goals that like when we know we've accomplished them, we can be like, yeah, you know, and just celebrate. And not have to make it this big thing that like, oh, I turned my physical life around. I'm going to the gym every day now. Mm-hmm. Like, because for most people that doesn't happen, and then they're disappointed and depressed and eating ice cream, and that's the normal New Year routine. But let's give ourselves, a break and say, I want this. Make it as general as possible. You don't have to do this. Sometimes I think, maybe, do we make it too specific? Like, I don't want to give like advice. Like, I just want to like you, just ask questions and be like, I don't know if like our goals too specific sometimes when we make them.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like it all depends.
Like, I'm going to go to the gym. Why the gym?
Right.
I stopped going to the gym and I've worked out more than I've worked out in my entire life.
Yeah.
So like, I didn't need the gym.
Yeah.
I thought I did, but I didn't. Maybe we need to just say, I want to work out more.
Right.
And then make little decisions. Like, I've made little choices on how I'm going to remind myself to work out, how I'm going to motivate myself to work out. All these little things that led to just the overarching goal of work out more.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It all depends, I guess, on your personality and
and what you're trying to accomplish, I guess. What's up, everybody? You just watched a clip from one of our Just Breathing podcasts. If you want to see the full version, you just hit the link in the description below. Or if you want to just keep watching clips, we got some more right here. Thanks, everybody.